What if I told you there's a haircut that can instantly take 10 years off your face, and another one that'll add 15? And what if I told you that 90% of women over 60 are choosing the wrong one? Look, we've all seen those makeover shows where someone gets a dramatic new do and suddenly looks like they've discovered the fountain of youth. But here's the plot twist. It's not magic. It's just knowing the difference between a pixie and a bob. And more importantly, knowing which one your face is begging for. Spoiler alert, one of these cuts is basically Botox with bangs, and the other, well, let's just say it's more like a time machine in the wrong direction. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of which cuts will have you looking like a timeless beauty versus which ones will have your friends asking if you're feeling all right, dear, let me tell you why I'm so passionate about getting this right. I've been a hairstylist for over 20 years, and honey, I've seen too many gorgeous women walk out of salons looking defeated because nobody told them the truth about face shapes, hair texture, and what actually works after 60. Here's what most stylists won't tell you, and some genuinely don't know. There are specific rules that change dramatically once we hit our fabulous 60s. Our skin tone shifts, our hair texture changes, and suddenly that pixie cut that looked adorable on Audrey Hepburn might make us look more like, well, let's just say less Audrey, more, where did my cheekbones go? But the good news? Once you know these secrets, you'll never have a bad hair day again. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly which face shapes should run, not walk, away from certain cuts. Why your hair's natural growth pattern is either your best friend or your worst enemy, and the one styling trick that can save even the most questionable haircut. Plus, I'll show you real before and after photos that'll make you want to screenshot everything for your next salon appointment. But first, let's have some fun. Drop a comment right now and tell me, are you Team Pixie or Team Bob? And if you've ever had a haircut disaster, and let's face it, who hasn't? Share your story. I read every single comment, and your experiences might just help another fabulous woman avoid the same mistake. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but I just want to know which haircut to get. Trust me, gorgeous, we're getting there. But if you skip ahead without understanding why certain cuts work or don't work, you might end up like my client Margaret, who came to me in tears after a $300 disaster that took 6 months to grow out. Don't be Margaret. If you want to make sure you never miss my hair-saving tips, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. And here's a little bonus. If we can get this video to 1,000 likes, I'll create a follow-up video showing you exactly how to communicate with your stylist to get the perfect cut every single time. Let's jump in. Aging, Cut 1. The jet black bob with blunt bangs. Number 1 on our aging hall of shame is the jet black bob with blunt bangs. Ladies, I see this everywhere, and my heart breaks every time. Here's what's happening. After 60, our skin loses some of its natural contrast, and that harsh, solid black color creates a line between your hair and face that's more dramatic than a soap opera plot twist. Add those blunt bangs, and suddenly you're not framing your beautiful eyes. You're creating a dark curtain that makes them disappear faster than cookies at a church social. The blunt bangs are especially tricky because they cut right across at the spot where our brows might be thinning, and honey, that's not doing anyone any favors. Plus, jet black hair requires constant touch-ups, and those roots showing? They're not adding mystery, they're adding years. If you're rocking this look right now, don't worry. We can absolutely save this with some strategic highlighting and a softer bang situation. Aging Cut 2. The ultra-short pixie with no volume. Aging cut number 2 is the ultra-short pixie with no volume. And ladies, this one hurts my soul because pixie cuts can be absolutely stunning after 60, but this particular version? It's basically a hair crime. When you go too short and too flat, especially around the crown, you're emphasizing every single change that's happened to our gorgeous faces over the years. Here's the science behind why this doesn't work. As we age, our faces naturally lose some fullness, especially around the cheeks and temples. An ultra-short, flat pixie creates this optical illusion where your head looks smaller and your features look, well, let's just say more pronounced than they need to be. It's like putting a spotlight on areas we'd rather softly illuminate. The worst part? This cut requires maintenance every 4 to 6 weeks, and if you skip even one appointment, you'll look like you stuck your finger in an electrical socket, and not in the cute, tousled way. Aging cut. 3. The choppy, layered bob with face framing. Curtains. And our third aging disaster? Oh, it's a sneaky one. It's the choppy, layered bob with what I call curtain layers around the face. Now listen, layers can be stunning. Layers can add volume, movement, softness. They can do wonders when they're cut with intention. But this particular combo? It's not helping. It's not enhancing. It's not youthful. It's just confusing. Because here's what this cut is doing to your face. It's the hairstyle equivalent of wearing horizontal stripes across your cheeks and saying, let's widen this area. Those choppy, disconnected layers, they're creating volume and texture, yes, but all in the wrong places. They make the sides of your face look heavier, not lifted, fuller, not fresher. And those so-called face-framing curtain pieces that were supposed to add softness? They're not framing anything. They're just sort of hanging there, like sad, tired window treatments that haven't been opened since 1997. Let's call it what it is, a distraction, not a feature. The real issue is that this cut is trying so hard to be trendy and edgy, but it's ignoring the reality of how hair behaves over 60. Our texture changes, we lose density, we get more wave or curl, or we lose it altogether. The structure of your hair shifts, and when you add a bunch of short, jagged layers to the mix, it doesn't look tousled and fresh, it looks frazzled. So instead of getting that, I just stepped off the beach in Ibiza look, you get more of a, I forgot to finish styling situation. Or worse, I cut it myself during a power outage and hoped for the best. And don't even get me started on how those curtain layers mess with the light around your face. You know how makeup artists talk about opening up the face with light? Well, those heavy, droopy pieces are doing the opposite. They cast shadows right where we want brightness. The cheekbones, the jawline, the eyes. It's the difference between glowing in soft candlelight and being lit from above by a flickering fluorescent bulb in a gas station bathroom. And honey, we're not doing gas station lighting in this phase of life. We're doing golden hour, glowy, gorgeous, seen. So here's the takeaway. If your stylist keeps reaching for the texturizing shears like they're on autopilot, pause them. If your layers start at your cheekbone and stop in an awkward, stringy tail around your chin, rethink that. And if your face framing bits look like they're slowly retreating from your face entirely, it's time for a new plan. We don't want hair that hides our face. We want hair that highlights it. We want shape, not sharpness. Movement, not mess. Structure that flatters, not cuts that confuse. The right cut will draw the eye upward, soften the edges, and brighten the entire face, without you having to constantly push hair out of your eyes, or explain to people that yes, this look was intentional. Because you deserve more than it's easy to style or it's what's in. You deserve hair that supports your beauty, not competes with it. So if this sounds a little too familiar, if you're suddenly wondering why your current cut never quite looks done, no matter how much you fluff or spritz or curl, this might be your culprit. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Next week's video is diving into the exact cuts that give your face the lift, softness, and elegance you've been missing, without sacrificing style. We're talking modern, wearable, low-maintenance looks that actually work with your hair texture and for your face. And trust me, once you've seen what the right layers can do, you'll never settle for face curtains again. Now, before you start panicking or reaching for your emergency hat collection, let me tell you the good news. Every single one of these pixie and bob cuts that have been secretly aging you, They all have a gorgeous, flattering alternative that'll have you looking like the absolute goddess you are. The difference isn't just in the length, it's in the details, the right shape, the right movement, the right color depth. It's about a cut that works with your face, your texture, your energy, not against it. You don't need a haircut that's low maintenance. You need one that's high impact. You need softness around the face, lift in the right places, layers that move when you move, and styling that says, yes, I still get invited places. Because here's the truth. Some of those overly short pixies and outdated stacked bobs, they don't flatter your features. They shrink your presence. They harden your face. They were designed to be convenient, not beautiful. But you, my friend, are not here for convenient. You're here to be seen, to be remembered, to walk into a room and have people say, wow, she looks amazing. Not, she must really like things practical. So what do you do instead? You go for cuts that frame, lift, soften, and shine. You choose styles that bring attention to your eyes, not your jawline. You work with your natural beauty, not try to shrink it into some outdated, boxy shape, because that's what someone once said was age-appropriate. Because we're done with age-appropriate. We're going for face-flattering, life-enhancing, spirit-lifting. But here's where I need your help, beautiful. If this video has opened your eyes about haircuts that might be aging you, show me some love with that like button. Seriously, it helps more women find this information. And if you're ready to discover the cuts that'll have you looking absolutely radiant, I've got the perfect follow-up video coming next week called The 5 Most Flattering Haircuts for Women Over 60, complete with styling tips and maintenance secrets. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up. I'm also planning a live QA session where I'll answer your specific hair questions and maybe even do some virtual makeover consultations. Drop your questions in the comments below. I read every single one. Remember, gorgeous, age is just a number, but the right haircut? That's pure magic. I'll see you in the next video, where we're going to transform your entire hair game. Until then, keep being fabulous.